Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Bard Show. It seems like we're getting some followers. It's a little bit there. I think we're going to do a little bit of guitar, and I know that there's some people that there's a demand for doing the embed stuff. That's great. There's a lot of stuff on it. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, and so let's go ahead and do the third and the fourth string. So the third and the fourth string are basically, it's the G and the A. And then, so the G, if you could, this microphone will pick it up, is on the third string, remember? It's on the third string. And the A, you notice it's not going to be the first fret because there's a sharp. It'll be the second one, and it goes to A. There's no H in the musical alphabet, so it goes straight around in a circle. The fourth one is the D string, and that's D, and the D, and then it's E, F. So this E and this E are an octave ahead. An octave, if you're going to go into engineering, octave is twice the frequency. So when we go into embed, I want to play like a little 8-bit little tune right there, we got to double it by 2. That's an octave. We'll discuss octaves a little bit more, okay? So now now we're going to talk about, so on that, the fourth one is the D string, and that's D, and the D, and then it's E, F. So this E and this E are an octave ahead. An octave, if you're going to go into engineering, octave is twice the frequency. So when we go into embed, I want to play like a little 8-bit little tune right there, we got to double it by 2. That's an octave. We'll discuss octaves a little bit more, okay? So now now we're going to talk about, so on that, please download American Grace. It's a great song. We're going to go, I'll probably go through some of that by itself. We'll do its own like practice. But right now this is just the lecture, okay? So we have 3/4 time, and we're going to talk about the key of G, and the key of G. Can you show me on the board? So let's say we have this right here. We have this. So it's, okay. So the key of G, you guys can take a look at that, and let's just assume. Let's assume it's that treble clef looking thing. I cannot draw a treble clef, but that's okay. Anyways. Something like this or something? I don't know. Well, actually, it's kind of upside down. Anyways, it's that the weird thing, whatever the heck it is, and it's a 4/4, and then you'll see something that has a sharp right here. See that? Can you guys see the sharp right here? So that sharp is the key of G. Now, when you see the key of G, that means, remember that every good boy does fine, that's F, and that's his F sharp. So that assumes that when you play the song, and you'll see the F, any kind of F, either it's an F, F here, or even like an F here, it doesn't matter. This is going to be sharped. That means it's going to go up a half step. Okay? So that's going to go up a half step. Okay? Okay. So we talked about the F and the F sharp and all that, and that is fun. Well, what happens if we have, say, 3 beats? Or we want to do, say, 6 beats? Or, because I told you that there was a beat that had 1 beat, 2 beats, and 4 beats. But how about, how about a 3 beat? Well, there's something called a dotted notes. Okay, so please watch really carefully. I'm going to have to holler because the microphone's over here, so let me just take this out. So, so then we have like this donut right here, and it has like a dot. Okay, so what this is, a dot takes the beat plus half of it. So it takes the beat plus half the beat. So what does that mean? Okay, that means if this is 4 beats, this is 2 beats. Okay, so that equals 6 beats. Okay, so how about 3 beats? Let's say we want 3 beats. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's say we want 3 beats. That would be here. I think it's open. And let's say you want to put a dot right here. Let's say you want to put a dot right here. That's a half beat, which is 2 beats. Plus half of that is 1. That equals 3 beats. And so on and so on. Now, so you can, so that's if it's only 3 beats, and and all this stuff is pretty important. If you go, like I said, if you're going, it helps for where people who are going to be watching this. This helps the timing. If you're in a symphony, like I said before, this is very important. They're really on sticklers, choirs on those beats, because you always have to work as like one. So if someone does 3 beats and someone does 4 beats, they're gonna find out. Like you held that beat way too long. You especially in a part of a group. It gets kind of more important when there's more than one member. Like if you have a band, it does the timing. It does get pretty important because the drummer out there, it's hard to hear anybody. So the beats, so you can't hear anybody in the path. When you have a band. I've been in certain bands. It's really hard to hear because he may be going his own pace, and next thing you know, you're going your own pace, and it won't make sense. It will clash. So that's why these timings are very important. Okay, so now we're going to talk about ties. So ties, let's say right here, let's kind of draw the staff again. Let's say you have a whole note, and then it carries over, and you see like a half note, and that goes to the next measure right here. Ties to say we're tying into the next measure. That's what it means. So it's sort of the same thing as a dotted note, but it means that we're going beyond this measure and we're going on to the next measure. So I hope that helps, and I will see you again. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. Please leave a nice comment, and I will see you guys soon on the next show. Thank you. Bye-bye.